If you clicked on this, there's a good chance that something at home hasn't felt right for you for a while. You feel it before you can name it. It shows up small. The pause before you open the front door. The way you scan her face for what kind of night this is. The way your shoulders tighten when you can hear her car pull in the driveway. If you felt any of that, stay with me. I'm talking to the guy who's doing everything right. Providing, present, not cheating, not drinking too much, not leaving. And it still doesn't feel like enough. And you can't quite put your finger on why. This was me. In my last long-term relationship, I spent years getting this wrong. I worked with coaches and did the slow work that eventually turned things around. And now I help other men do the same. I've coached hundreds of guys through this exact pattern. The same 3 things show up every time. 3 specific things that turn a man into a stranger in his own home. 3 things that you stop doing without ever noticing. We'll go through all 3 and why this hits successful men the hardest, and the one move that actually starts pulling you back. Before I get into the 3 things, let me name what this actually feels like, because most men don't have words for it. They just feel it. It's the way that she used to look at you when you walked into a room. Compare that to how she looks at you now. It's the conversations that you have with her in your head every day that never make it out of your mouth. The resentments that you never say to anyone, but you carry around with you everywhere. The things that you want, more passion, more of her actually seeing you, that you've probably never said out loud, and likely haven't even admitted fully to yourself. That passion got replaced with logistics, schedules, pickups, dinners. You used to be partners, and now it feels like you're running a small business together. After enough time of feeling like nothing you do is ever enough, something quiet starts to shift. You stop trying as hard, and some part of you decided that the outcome was going to be the same no matter what you did. So you settle for good enough. You stop leading the way that you used to. You avoid the harder conversations, the honest ones. You stopped having those altogether. They're uncomfortable, and you're not even sure that they'd change anything anyways. You haven't just grown apart, you've gone quiet. And it's the quiet between 2 people who have just stopped telling each other the truth. And that's its own kind of painful distance. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. What she's been experiencing as your absence or your lack of leadership has actually been a strategy for you, and one you've been running for years. You just don't even realize that you're running it. It comes down to 3 specific things. 3 things that you stopped doing slowly over time that turned you into the stranger that you feel like now. All right, the first one. Most men think that the things that ruin a marriage are the obvious ones. The affair, the big blow up. But what I've seen destroy more relationships than any of those is something so small that you wouldn't even notice it happening. And it looks like this. She holds up 2 dresses and asks you which one you like. And you say, they both look great. She asks you where you want to go for dinner, and you reply, wherever you want. She asks what you want to do this weekend, and you say, I'm easy. You might even think of all of this as a strength. You're the easygoing, chill husband. But every small preference that you stuff down, you lose a tiny piece of who you actually are. You multiply that by 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and you arrive somewhere a coach put me in one day. I had a long-term relationship that had just ended, and my coach had asked me what I actually wanted. And I had no idea. I genuinely couldn't answer. I'll give you a small one that still hits me. The dress thing. She'd hold up 2 dresses and asked which one I liked. And every time I deferred. What I didn't see at the time was that she was teeing me up. She was giving me a chance to bring some heat into the moment, to tell her which one that she looked sexiest in, to play, to take the lead, to be a man with preference. And every time I deferred, here's what's actually happening. I was teaching her that I didn't have a preference. that she couldn't trust my direction on something this small, let alone on big things. And if she has to make every decision, she has to stay in charge. She'll never be able to soften into you. She won't relax into trusting you. This didn't happen in one moment. It happened across 1,000 small ones. The thing you stopped doing was the simplest thing in the world. And that's the first one. You stopped telling her what you actually wanted. All right, the second one. Think back to something that bothered you in the last week or two. Maybe it was a comment that she made, a way that she spoke to you in front of somebody, or a moment where something just landed wrong. If you can pull something up easily and you never said anything about it, stay with me. That thing that you're still carrying, that's the second piece. And it looks like this. It's the passive-aggressive comment that she made on Tuesday. The thing that you tried to bring up last month and she dismissed as you being too sensitive. Or the way that she made fun of you in front of your friends and you all just laughed it off afterward. The thing from 3 weeks ago that you're still chewing on in your mind. If you're still holding something from a week ago, that's your signal. You told yourself that you were being the bigger man. You weren't. You were storing resentment. Every unspoken hurt becomes a wall that she can't see. And she'll walk towards you, but hit that wall and won't understand why you suddenly feel so far away. What makes it worse is that when something's off and she can feel it, and she asks what's wrong, and you say nothing or I'm fine, she knows you're not fine. She can feel it. What you've told her is that what she senses can't be trusted, that her instincts are wrong, that you'd rather lie than tell her the messy truth. What makes her feel unsafe in those moments is the quiet, polite dishonesty, the small, everyday lying by omission from the man who's closest to her. And I struggled with this for years. Emotional intelligence was not modeled to me growing up. I never once heard my dad say what he was feeling, even though that I could feel it from him. So I inherited that. I'm good, nothing's wrong. Meanwhile, inside, I'd be running stories, building up cases against her and racking up resentment. The brutal part is that she would have rather had you told her, even badly, even messy, because the alternative is what you've been giving her. A man who's polite, distant, and slowly going numb. A lot of this happens because you don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to start a fight or don't ruin the chance of sex tonight. So you just stuff it down. And every time that you avoid a conversation to keep the peace, you feed a version of you that she can't reach. And that's the second thing. You stop telling her when something landed wrong. All right, moving to the third one. Here's the thing that most men have never even thought about. The man your wife is married to right now is not the same as the man that she married. And you've never told her who he is. None of us stay the same. The man that you are at 45 is not the man that you were at 35. What you want shifts. What scares you shifts. What matters most to you shifts. Most men don't share any of that with their wives. They barely even know it themselves. Because most guys are on a treadmill, moving for the next deal, the next rep, the next thing on the list. They almost never stop doing anything long enough to even ask the harder questions. Who am I actually becoming? What do I want this next decade to feel like? What am I afraid of? What's the thing I lie awake at night thinking about that I've never even said out loud? Of course, crushing it in your work matters. Building something that outlasts you matters. Doing that without ever stopping to ask who you're becoming catches up with every man eventually, usually around 40, and usually very painfully. If you've never shared any of this with your woman that you're building your life with, of course you're going to feel like a stranger in your relationship. You can't share something with somebody that you've never even named yourself. She's still trying to love the man that she married, and you're no longer fully that man. You've just never let her see who you are becoming. She's reaching for somebody who isn't fully there anymore, and you're hiding the man who actually is. That's the gap that she's feeling. That's the distance. And this is the third one. You stopped sharing who you're becoming. Okay, 3 things. You stopped saying what you want, you stopped saying when something hurt, and you stopped sharing who you're becoming. One unspoken truth at a time, you became a stranger to her, and a stranger to yourself. The question worth sitting for a second is why this happens to successful men in particular. Why is it the high performers who land here most often? It's because the skills that made you successful are the exact skills that are killing your marriage. At work, you minimize vulnerability. You stay tough, set feelings aside, and push past it. You've learned to project confidence and move fast, solve problems, and stay in control. These are good professional skills. They make money, they build companies, they earn you respect, and they're part of why you're successful. But in a marriage, they're poison. Because intimacy doesn't run on certainty. It runs on honest contact with another human being. And honest contact requires the things that you've trained yourself out of. Not being certain, taking things slow, listening without trying to fix. If you've been running your marriage on the same operating system that runs your business, it's going to be a disaster. It's going to keep you in control. It's going to keep you in performance mode and keep you completely unreachable. And underneath all of that, for most high-performing men, is something way older. You learned early that being capable was how you earned love. The kid who handled things got attention. The kid who was reliable got praised. So you became the capable one, became useful, dependable, the one that people could lean on. And you learned to bury the parts of you that felt messy, the needy parts, all the uncertain parts, or the parts of you that needed to ask for help because those parts felt like liabilities. Your wife loves a lot of what you become, the capability, the provision, the steadiness. But what she's longing for is the man underneath all of it. Your fears, your doubts, the version of you that doesn't have it all figured out. So what do? Well, you don't need a 10-step plan, and you don't need a 4-hour State of the Union conversation with her this week. You just need to tell her one true thing, just one, this week. And you can pick from any of the 3 that we discussed. 1, a preference that you haven't shared, something that you actually want, where you want to go this weekend, the thing that you wish she would stop doing, something that you've been wanting more of in the bedroom and never even named. Or 2, a resentment that you've been carrying, not after she's crossed another line and you're already heated, but from a calm place with a strong spine. Something that you've been scared to bring up because you didn't want to rock the boat. Or 3, something about who you're becoming that she doesn't know yet, where you actually see your life going in 10 years. Or a fear that's been showing up, or the thing that you think about at night that's never actually made it out of your head. Pick one, the one that resonates most, and the one that you know you're most out of alignment on. And fair warning, it's going to feel disproportionate, like you're making a big deal out of something small. And you'll have 1,000 stories about how she might react, that it might make you look weak, or that she'll get defensive, or that you'll actually just start up a fight that you don't want. But just park those stories aside and say the thing anyways. Here's what surprises every man that I've worked with. The thing that you build up in your head as huge is almost nearly never as big as you made it out to be. And the more you do it, the more evidence you build that you can handle this, that she wants your truth, and that connection grows deeper on the other side of the hard conversations. Most men miss this part. Women need emotional connection to want physical intimacy. So as you start having the real conversations, the messy ones, the honest ones, the passion starts to come back. The polarity comes back. She starts to see parts of you that she's been wanting to see for years. And this is small. It's in the daily moments where you choose the harder, more honest path. And at first, it's just a practice, something that you choose to do. But over time, it will become part of your identity. You'll become the man that tells the truth, the man who has direction, the man who can name his fears without making it about him being weak. Most likely, your marriage is not about to end. But if any of this hits you, there's probably a part of you that doesn't feel fully seen, fully respected, fully known by the woman that you're sharing your life with, or even by yourself. And maybe what you're really longing for is to feel alive in your own life again, to feel passion in your marriage, connection with your kids, to stop feeling like a stranger to her, to them, and to yourself. What I've just walked you through is part of the path to the way back, one hard conversation at a time, to the person who has been waiting to hear it the most. I want to be honest, this isn't easy, and I still get it wrong. There was a hard conversation I needed to have with my fiance this week, and I almost didn't. The version of me that doesn't tell the truth is still right there. I just chose the other one anyway, and that's the work. For the man who's recognized himself in what I just described and wants real support doing this work, not just to understand it and keep repeating the same old patterns, I run a 12-week one-on-one program called the Trusted Man Intensive, where we do this work that I just described in this video with real accountability. The link is in the description below if you want to apply. And one last thing before you go. There's a good chance that the very thing that you're frustrated with about her being on you, the way that she nags, the energy that you experience as her not letting up, is downstream of this exact pattern. The truths you stopped telling, the leadership that you stopped offering, the version of you that went quiet. If that stings a little, the next video to watch is the one I made on what her nagging is actually telling you. It's right